Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Varldsvan backpack from Db Journey, which is a really simple and slim 17-liter everyday carry bag. We've looked at a few different bags from Db Journey on the channel in the past, most recently the Ramvert backpack. I've always been a fan of the aesthetic and personality of their bag, so I was excited to have a chance to test out this more kind of minimal version. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my experience testing it. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other popular daily bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. The look here is very much in line with some of the other bags that we've seen from the company in the past, so it has a pretty distinct personality, but this one is a little more subdued and minimal. It's pretty sleek, so it feels like it's going to blend in well into a variety of environments, whether you're taking this to campus, going into the office, or exploring a city. As far as the materials, on the exterior, the bag is made out of a synthetic polyurethane leather, which feels like it's going to hold up fairly well to rougher usage, although I do foresee this maybe building up some marks as you use it over a longer period of time. It's going to have maybe a little bit of a patina build up, which can give the bag some additional personality, but it's something that you'll want to keep in mind. It also doesn't feel like it's going to offer as much weather resistance as some other bags that we featured on the channel, but in general it still feels like your stuff will be fairly well protected. I also like that the material is pretty lightweight. The bag comes in at a little over a pound, so that's always a nice benefit. And then as far as the zippers, you have some smooth working YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was a little bit sad to see that there's no external water bottle pockets. On the front, you do have these two straps that are going to be great for attaching larger items that don't fit inside of the bag. These have plenty of adjustability, and I like how easy it is to get the hooks on and off. And because of the size of the straps, I was able to attach something like my electric skateboard, fit in there pretty comfortably, but this might also work well for something like a yoga mat or a jacket. And then taking a look at the capacity, the bag comes in at about 17 liters, which is a little bit smaller than what I would normally like to use on my day-to-day, so it's a fairly compact bag, but it was able to hold most of the items that I would normally like to carry with me. And I like that even when the bag is a little bit more packed out, it really maintains a very slim and sleek silhouette, which hugged my back nicely, making it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying on to pretty much any domestic or international airline. Continuing on with the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been pretty comfortable to wear. These straps offer a decent amount of padding. They are slightly thin, but I do like this sort of soft material that they have on the inside. It's almost gel-like, so that's felt pretty nice, although this isn't quite as breathable as something like the meshy material that we've seen on other bags. These straps also have a nice width for the size of the bag to help prevent it from digging into your shoulders. They don't, however, include any sort of a sternum strap or really the ability to add one. However, I don't think that's really that big of a deal for a 17-liter size bag, and it also maintains just a cleaner overall aesthetic. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been pretty comfortable. You have a similar layout here to what we've seen on other Db Journey bags, so they have their logo at the bottom of the bag, a decent amount of padding. The material that's used here is not quite as breathable as I would like to see. It doesn't have any sort of air mesh, but you do have a little bit of elevation to create some air channels and ventilation while you're walking around throughout the day. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty simple. On the front, you have one zippered quick access pocket that has a vertical orientation, which I'm always a fan of, so you can swing the bag around and access this pocket without taking the bag all the way off. I also like these zipper pulls that the company has added. It just makes it very easy to open the compartment up. And this is a fairly slim compartment, especially if you pack out the main area. It's gonna be tough to get anything super bulky in here, but it's still gonna be good for smaller items that you need to grab easily. So in here, I currently have a portable battery bank from Anchor, which attaches to the back of my phone. I'm a big fan of this one. I've been using it a lot recently. And then I also have a lightning cable and power brick to charge my phone. And all the way at the edge here, I managed to squeeze in the manicure set that I normally like to carry with me. Beyond that though, no other internal organization. This does go across the length of the bag. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom or to the top, so just a nice amount of space. And again, depending on how you pack out the main area, it will affect the size of items that you'll be able to fit in here. At the top of the bag, you have another zippered quick access pocket. I'm always a fan of these compartments at the top as it's very easy to just reach down and easily grab whatever I need, particularly when I'm maybe sitting down at a coffee shop. And this offers a pretty decent amount of space. This compartment does extend down into the main area, so if you pack it out completely, it's gonna take up some of that volume, but I like that it's able to handle some bulkier items fairly well. So diving into what I currently have here, I have my Apple AirPods Pro, and then I also have my Apple Magic Mouse, and the last thing that I placed in here is my sunglasses with their case. Moving into the main compartment, this is a top-loading bag, but the zippers come down enough that you still have a decent amount of visibility into the compartment to be able to grab whatever you need. And so it's 17 liters of space. This isn't a huge bag, but I was actually surprised with how much it was able to hold, particularly bulkier items. Even though this has a slimmer form factor, it managed to hold the pouches and other large items that I normally like to carry with me. So diving into what I currently have here, first up on the side, I have my water bottle. As mentioned earlier, there's no external water bottle pocket, so I was a little bit sad to have to place this inside of the main compartment. That always makes me a little uneasy. But if you're somebody who needs to carry a water bottle with this bag, it's probably best to go on the inside here. And then I also have a little shadow pocket from GoRucks that has some of the bulkier accessories that I normally carry with me. And then I have a pair of Apple AirPods Max, which I've been testing out as an alternative to my Beats Studio wireless headphones. I like the slightly slimmer form factor that these have. So far, they've performed very well. In this compartment, I also have my Evergood Civic Access pouch, which is probably one of my favorite pouches for working remotely. It has a lot of my tech accessories and dongles and things like that. And then I also have a full-size moleskin notebook. And then the last item that I have in here at the moment is my Levitate portable standing desk. Now the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. One thing I want to call out is that this doesn't have a very bright lining, so there's not a ton of visibility, especially towards the bottom of the bag, so just a small nitpick there. But I do like how much this compartment comes up. Again, surprisingly good at holding bulkier items. This isn't a huge bag that I would normally use for minimal travel, but I was able to place my larger double-sided packing cube into the compartment. I could probably squeeze a smaller dop kit and then use it for an overnight trip or just a really short weekend trip. And then beyond that, there's no other internal organization in the compartment except on the back. You do have what is essentially a slip pocket where you can place your laptop. It has this sort of elastic mouth here, so it comes up, but it's not very padded. This was an area that I was a little bit disappointed, is that there's not a padded sleeve. It's not really suspended off the bottom of the ground. It is gonna add some separation if you wanna place your laptop in here. You can slide it in. Currently what I have is my 13-inch MacBook Pro. You can definitely fit up to a 15-inch laptop in here fairly comfortably. It might be a little bit tricky to get this in and out of the bag when it's packed out with all the other items. I'm not normally a fan of this system in general. You might also have this pocket to contend with when it's packed out and the lip of the bag, so not an ideal laptop situation. And then again, the sleeve is fairly thin, so pulling my device out, now with the sleeve empty, you can get a better look at the inside. So no sort of fleece lining, and again, not really padded or suspended, but it does have this elastic that's gonna allow it to handle a thicker device. Or if you wanna place your device in a case or in a protective sleeve, that should work well. I definitely recommend that if you're planning to use your laptop with this bag, as the sleeve itself isn't gonna offer a ton of protection. So that's something that I would have liked to have seen improved, but beyond that, I was impressed with the amount of space offered in this main area and just with the simplicity of the bag. It's really nicely laid out if you don't need a ton of pockets or organization. If you just want something stylish, durable, and simple, then this is gonna be a solid everyday bag to consider. And so to wrap up, it's been a pretty good experience testing out the Varldsvan backpack over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company site for about $130, which to me feels a little bit high. It is a solidly built bag. It's got a nice aesthetic, but there's also going to be a lot of other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of was the Ramvert backpack, which is also from DB Journey. We looked at that fairly recently. That was a 26-liter bag, at least the one that I looked at on this channel, which offered an impressive amount of space for your day-to-day usage or even for minimal travel. I really loved the simple layout that had, but it had a clamshell style opening and some additional organizational options. I also like the aesthetic on that bag a little bit more. And the Ramvert is offered in the 26-liter size that I looked at, and also in a 21-liter size if you want something a little bit smaller, but just a really versatile and well-built bag. And if you're looking for something that has DB Journey's kind of aesthetic, but that has a clamshell style opening, and that's going to be a great option to take a look at. The next bag this made me think of is the Osprey Arcane Daypack, which is a really solid, simple, everyday bag. Like this one, it doesn't have a ton of different pockets or organization. It has a main compartment that has a pretty large J-zip with a padded and suspended laptop compartment, a quick access pocket. It's comfortable to wear. It's well built. It comes in at a fairly similar size. It maybe offers a little bit more space. It's solidly built. I like that the laptop compartment on that is actually well padded and suspended. So if you're somebody who carries a device and you need a little bit more peace of mind, that's going to be a big benefit of that one. It comes in at a similar price range. So if you're looking for a simple and versatile bag that's going to hold up well in a variety of different environments, then that's going to be a great option to consider. Another bag this made me think of is the Boundary Supply Renin Daypack, which we looked at pretty recently as well. That is another well-built bag. I'm a big fan of Boundary's aesthetic and build quality. They also have a really nice ecosystem of modular accessories that work well with their Renin Daypack. The bag also offers a simple layout like this one. It has a quick access pocket, some internal organization, but because of that simplicity, you can really fit a lot of stuff into the bag. It is comfortable to wear. It has a nice breathable back panel, comfortable straps, and like the Osprey Arcane Daypack that I was just mentioning, it also has a well padded and suspended laptop sleeve, so that's a big benefit to that one. It comes in at a similar price range as this, so if you're looking for something that's a little bit more modern, that's going to allow you to customize it with a variety of accessories, including straps along the front that are sold separately, but they still offer the attachment points if you're looking for something like the straps offered on this one, and that's going to be a great option to consider. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Wandered Provoke, which isn't necessarily the same as this bag. It actually has a lot more of a camera focus. It's a very rugged bag as far as weather resistance and the features and padding that it provides for your camera gear. It has a roll top opening, so it does provide you some flexibility as far as its capacity. But they recently released a light version of the Provoke, which is close in size to this one. It offers plenty of comfort, weather resistance. It's going to have a little bit more flexibility as far as its organizational layout. One of the things that made me think of that bag compared to this one is the fact that you can add some straps to the front of the bag so you can customize it if you want to carry some larger items such as a skateboard, a yoga mat. Kind of reminded me of the hooked system that we saw in this bag here. But again, if you're somebody who needs to carry a lot of delicate gear, if you want to have just a little bit more protection, and also if you're going to have a little bit of a higher budget, then that's going to be one of the best options that you can check out. With that being said, the Varldsvan backpack is still a pretty solid everyday bag, and if you're looking for something stylish and slim that's going to allow you to carry all of your day-to-day essentials, and this is going to be a solid option to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Varldsvan backpack and how it compares to some of the other daily bags that we featured on the channel in the past. And if there are any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.